Hi, it's Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead, where today we're going to be making orange scones from scratch. Well, the first thing I did, I turned on my oven to 400 degrees, and then I got my cookie sheet and I used just regular butter and I greased the pan. Then I went ahead in this bowl, I went ahead and I sifted 2 cups of flour. The sifting, you can use a sifter that you use with the hand thing. This I use as a sift, and I put it over here to sift the 2 cups of flour. And then we put in there a tablespoon of baking powder, again sifted, and half a teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take 1 orange, which I have already taken the zest off. The zest is just the peel of the orange. That's orange. We don't want the yellow part here, and we definitely don't want the white part. So we just want the actual peel, and I've got the peel right here. We're going to go ahead and put that peel into our flour mixture here. And we're going to go ahead and lightly toss. You could use your fingers. I have a spoon, so I'll just slowly incorporate that in there. And now we're going to go ahead and take 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And I have cut it up real fine, that it looks like just little cubes here. That's the consistency that you want in there. Now we're going to put this in here, and then we're going to use our hands to work it in. If you like what you're seeing today, please hit the subscribe button down below. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the butter. And again, this butter needs to be not room temperature. It needs to be directly you just getting it out of the refrigerator, because you really want cold butter. And I'll take this spoon out. We're just going to take our hands, which mine are clean, and we're just using our fingertips. And we're just using that to work the butter into the flour as much as we can. Get in there. Back and forth. It will end up looking like, kind of like little crumbs or pebbles. I mean, I'm not saying quite pebbles, but it'll definitely be a more kind of crummy consistency, because again, we are just trying to break up the butter. That's why if you cut it into smaller pieces, it's easier to handle and get it worked up in your flour. Okay, I think I've got that. Now, since it's in there, it looks like this. Still kind of looks like a flour consistency. You have a little bit of the crumbs. We're going to go ahead and make a well in the center. So it would be like you digging in the dirt and then pushing back to make a well. And in this well, we are going to go ahead and put 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And I've got some whipping cream right here. It's either called whipping cream or heavy cream. That is what we need. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in right here 1 cup of heavy whipping cream in that center well that we created. And now we're going to go ahead and add in 1 egg yolk, which I have slightly beaten. Okay, and we're also going to take vanilla extract. We need to have pure vanilla extract, and we are going to have half a teaspoon of that. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and put that in there. And now I'm going to use my spoon. This is kind of messy. And we're going to go ahead and try to incorporate the flour, everything in our bowl. Make sure we've mixed it in totally. Okay, and then your dough should look like this. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and use a floured surface. So you can use, I'm just using a cutting board. I mean, you can use, you know, I sometimes use parchment paper or aluminum foil or whatever, but it needs to be floured. We're going to kind of go ahead and work it out here with our hands. See if I can get most of it out of here. These orange scones are a really big hit. My grown daughter, this is one of her favorites, and was one of her favorites too when she was smaller that I would make. So again, we're kind of just turning it a couple of times. We're not like kneading it like bread, but we're just trying to incorporate everything, and you kind of got it in a ball right here on our cutting board here. And now we're going to go ahead and flatten it like a disc. And it should be flattened to about 3/4. I'm trying to make it into a disc there. Just get it a little bit flatter. Again, you can use just the palm of your hand if you like. That will work just as well. Okay, trying to get it. That looks pretty good. And now I'm just going to use, this is a pizza cookie cutter, and we're going to go ahead and cut it into wedges. Now we try to make like 8 wedges if we can. Again, it depends on how big you make your wedges. You know, you can make them small. It's totally up to you what you want to do. And so as you can see, we've got it right here. We've got the scones cut into 8 wedges. Now we're going to go ahead and put them carefully on our cookie sheets. Now these scones get fairly large, so I probably will only do maybe 3 scones. Just depends on how, you know, they would stretch, but usually I do no more than 4 on a cookie sheet. So we'll do 3 here, because like I said, they do branch out. And now we need to go ahead and take some whipping cream here. And we need to go, let me get a spoon here for that. We need to go ahead and put our whipping cream, and we're going to glaze it. Now, if you had if you guys have a pastry brush would work very well with this. I do not, so I'm just using a spoon and trying to spread the whipping cream on top of your scone before we bake it. That one, and it's okay that some went on the cookie sheet. That's, you know, okay, we'll just all cook up there. And I'll do that on the rest of them, and then this will go in the oven at 400 degrees for 16 to 18 minutes. We'll let them cool a little bit. I'm going to make an orange glaze to go on top of these scones. These scones are excellent even frozen. I have made them and then froze them and had them later on. Excellent for the holidays or a special treat, or just when you want something in the morning if you have coffee. Or I don't like coffee, so I like hot cocoa or white hot cocoa. It's just excellent to have. The scones are out of the oven. This is the first batch. Second batch is in the oven now. I did it about 17 minutes. This down here is just the whipping cream that burned on the cookie sheet. But the scones itself look great. They will cool about 10 minutes. I'll let them cool here on the cookie sheet, maybe no more than 5 minutes, and then I will transfer them to the wire rack to do the other 5 minutes of cooling. And then we will go ahead and prepare the orange glaze. All right, we're ready to do the orange glaze. I got one batch of the orange scones out. We got one right here. So they turned out quite nicely. So in my bowl, I'm going to go ahead and I already have a cup of confectionery sugar. That is that icing sugar. And then I put in 1 tablespoon of melted unsalted butter. And I've already mixed it in here. And now I'm going to go ahead and add to it with 1 tablespoon of orange juice. Now, I don't mean the orange juice that you get in the carton or in the refrigerated section. I actually cut the orange that I took the peel off of, and I squeezed the juice into the bowl. And we need 1 tablespoon, and this is 1 tablespoon. We're going to go ahead and stir that in there. And now we're going to go ahead and add in half a teaspoon of orange extract. Now that's kind of, usually, you know, many people don't probably buy orange extract. Again, I just got this at my local Meijer or Kroger store. And I'm going to go ahead and add in half a teaspoon of that. It's brand new and I haven't even got the seal off yet. So let's go ahead. All right, half a teaspoon of that in there. Okay. We're going to go ahead and stir that up. Again, it's kind of a little dry right now, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and add in. Now we're going to do 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. Now, once you stir it in, if it still looks too thick, you can go ahead and add some more. So there's 1, 2. That is just my scones here. Let's see. Oh, I still need another minute. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stir that in here. And that was 2 tablespoons, so actually it looks pretty good. It's not too bad. We're just trying to whip it up there, get it as not so lumpy. Now, I didn't sift my powdered sugar. You could sift it so that maybe you wouldn't have some of the lumps like I do here. But, you know, it still tastes the same. Okay, and then it's like that. So then we're going to go ahead and, looks like it's decent enough. I can go ahead and, some people just drizzle it over, but I honestly, I like to almost like ice it. You know, I have so much, and there's 8 scones, so I like to create like a thin layer of icing. But again, you know, it's whatever you prefer. Some people just do where they just barely drizzle it over, but I like it where you have it completely covering the whole entire scone. And it just, you know, so let's see how it tastes here. It is really good. Now, if you don't like orange, you're welcome to go ahead and substitute lemon, lemon extract and the juice of the lemon and the lemon peel where we had put the orange. It's up to you. I have made lemon scones, and I really honestly prefer the orange scones myself. But again, it's whatever you like to do. This was Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead. I hope you have a good day.